In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to create a fully responsive ad unit using Responsive Ads Narrator Studio. The process is easy and fast. First, let me show you what we are going to build. This unit is known as a fixed-height fluid ad unit, and it's an edge-to-edge responsive ad unit with a complete fluid transition from a maximum width size to a minimum width size. Fixed-height fluid ad unit not only serves into existing IAB slots, they also fill the unattractive white spaces on the right and left side of the ads. They shrink down beautifully to fit any width. Okay, let's log into the tool and get started. Once you log into the account, you will land on the dashboard. On the dashboard, select Get Started to start rolling. Before you can get started building an ad, you need to set up your creative. Choose a name, choose a method, and select the format for your creative build. To name your creative, we suggest you to start with status, project name, client, flight date, ad format, and finally the country. After naming your creative, press Next. Under Method, you choose the method in which you want to build your creative. There are 3 methods to choose from. Blank page allows you to upload the elements inside the editor one by one. This is a good method when you don't have access to Photoshop. Templates method directs you to a template selection page where you are provided with the most industry popular rich media templates to choose from. PST method is the easiest way to upload the elements inside the editor. Simply prepare your image elements as separate layers inside the PST file, and then bulk import everything. For this tutorial, we are going to build an ad using the PST method. Select PST method and press Next. Choose Format is where you can pick your preferred ad formats and sizes, depending on your niche and advertising needs. Since our goal is to build a 250 high fixed height fluid ad unit, let's pick Billboard or Edge-to-Edge. Choose a 250 height from the presets, click on Add, and move to the final step of creative setup. Notice that here, you can even add your own custom sizes. Simply press Add and move on to the next page. Responsive Ads Narrator Studio gives you the ability to tag creatives by providing information such as brands and advertisers for future references. Let's add responsive ads as your advertiser and proceed to Editor. Once you proceed to Editor, you will be brought to an empty canvas where you can build your ad campaign. Since you selected the PST method to build your creative ad unit, the first thing that you need to do is to upload your rasterized PST file. All done correctly, the upload process should only take between 10 seconds to 1 minute. Once the rasterized PST file is uploaded, begin laying out your creative build, starting at the largest size. Narrator Studio will automatically copy the layout of the current size, the largest ad size in view, to a smaller size upon selection. To speed up the build process even further, lay out the larger elements first and then move on to smaller details. In this creative, the largest ad size is 2560, and the largest element is the background. As you can see, the background has a central figure. To keep the background figure at center at all sizes, let's anchor it to the center from the top bar. Anchoring is a feature that allows you to hold an element to a given position even as the ad moves from one breakpoint to another. You can set the anchoring for elements from 9 options. Alternatively, to keep the figure in the background image always at center, you can use your background image as part of a HTML background. Select Add a new element from the default sidebar on the right. Here is where you can add all types of elements such as widgets, social icons, text, or video to your creative. Select Background, HTML, and move on to its main setting. Choose your background image. Set it to No Repeat, and pick Center for both horizontal and vertical positions. Finally, set the background size to cover the container. Close the main settings window. Send the HTML background to the bottom of layers and turn off the background image. Next, let's lay out the headline and the post description for the ad. Select the headline element to bring up its properties on the top bar, and anchor it to the bottom left. Resize it by simply dragging the border box, or by entering the width and height values. A very powerful feature in Narrator Studio is the ability to set the size or position value to absolute or relative. If you want to keep the distance x and y, or size, width and height of an element absolute, no matter the size of an ad, insert a value as pixels, shown in px. Alternatively, to adjust the position or size of an element relative to the size of an ad, insert the value as percentage. Going back to the headline, set both the position and size as relative or percentage, so that they automatically change relative to the ad size. Moving on to the post description, anchor it to the top left. Adjust the size and position, and set them as percentage. Next, set up your CTA button. We will be using an image button element included in the PSD file. First, start by anchoring it to the bottom left. Next, reposition and resize your elements, setting the values as absolute or pixel. As explained before, pixel will keep the size and position of the elements absolute, no matter the ad size. Finish the layout of 2560 ad unit, your largest ad size, with the logo. Anchor it to the bottom right. Move the logo to the bottom right. Adjust its size and position with the values set as absolute. After you are done with the layout at 2560, you can move to the next size by clicking the top arrow from the left side or by simply selecting the next size under Formats. Once you select and activate the next size, the layout will automatically carry over to it. If in any case the layout does not carry over, use the Copy Layout feature. The Copy Layout feature allows you to carry over the layout of one ad size to another effectively and efficiently. Once you select your source ad size and the target ad size, press Copy Layout. You can see the layout is carried over from 2560 to 2000. Since the ad layout at 2000 looks good, we can move to the next size, which is 1750. As you remember, we initially set the size of the CTA and the logo as pixel or absolute. But since they are starting to look a little bit bigger than what they should be, let's adjust their positions and sizes, and also change the value format to relative or percentage. Once done, let's activate the next size. At 1440, the carried over layout from 1750 looks great. Let's continue and lay out all sizes in order. After activating each size, make sure to adjust the size and position as needed. When you are done with the creative build of your ad at its major breakpoints, drag the slider in and out to make sure that the transition runs smoothly across all sizes. If not, add additional sizes or what we call in-between breakpoints to make the transition seamless. If at any time you want to copy an element setting from an ad size to another, use the Copy Elements feature on the left sidebar. After you select your source ad and target ad, choose what settings you want to carry over between the sizes. Those settings include size, position, animation, etc. Click Save. To modify your whole creative, go to Master Settings of a creative located on the default sidebar. This is where you can set up the universal settings, including impression trackers, click-throughs, and fallback click-throughs for the entire creative. Please note these defaults can be individually overridden via deployments. Bulk Image Optimize is a powerful tool inside Narrator Studio that enables you to improve your ad performance and lower the CPM by reducing the overall creative size. Choose the lossy to increase the ad performance in exchange for some quality. Choose lossless if the ad quality matters more than the ad size. Once you are done, click Save and Continue. This will take you to Creative Summary page. Under Creative Summary page, set up and publish your deployments, get your ad tags, and use them on your ad server or directly on your website. You can access the preview page on the top right. If at any time you decide to change the ownership setting of your creative build, use Privileges at the bottom of Creative Summary page. Transfer ownership rights, give publishing rights, or simply share the creative build for review. Use the email address of another responsive ads account holder, add and save privileges.